Why smart people don't become rich? The uncomfortable truth. Poverty is a stem of thinking. What surprises most people is not that they haven't succeeded, it's that they don't understand why. They work hard, they try, they sacrifice, but their results don't reflect that effort. This creates a deep internal conflict. I did everything right, so why hasn't my life changed? At this point, most people begin searching for answers outside the market, the economy, technology, competition, but the real answer is much harder to accept. He lies inside the way they think. In 2026, the gap between people is no longer about resources. It is about perception. Two people can have access to the same tools, the same platforms, and the same opportunities. Yet their outcomes are completely different. This reveals something critical. The problem is not what you have, it is how you interpret what you have. Poverty is not just a financial condition, it is a thinking system, a system built on how you perceive time, how you react to risk, how you respond to uncertainty, how you define value. The most dangerous part is that this system runs unconsciously. You don't see it limiting you. You only feel like you are trying. The reward stem trap. Why smart people play the wrong game. From a young age, smart people are trained in a very specific system. A system that rewards accuracy, discipline, consistency, obedience. You study well, you get high scores. You work hard, you get recognition. You work hard, you get recognition. You work hard, you get recognition. Over time, this builds a deep belief. But the real world does not operate like a classroom. The market does not reward effort the same way. It does not reward intelligence in isolation. It rewards impact. This is the difference between a performance system and a market system. Is there any other stadium that is a performance system? Is there a market system? Important to find that data across. This is why someone can be the best employee, but the employer earns more, because the employee is rewarded for execution. The owner is rewarded for leverage. The competence trap. Why being good can hold you back. It sounds counterintuitive, but the more competent you are, the easier it is to get stuck, because competence creates comfort. You become reliable. You are valued in your role. At first, this feels like success, but over time, it becomes a trap. You begin to think, I'm doing fine. There's no need to take risks. I shouldn't disrupt what works. This is what's known as the competence trap. You're good enough to avoid failure, but not uncomfortable enough to pursue growth. And over time, this leads to stagnation. But not progress either. High quality time for money is still time for money. Smart people don't sell cheap labor. They sell high value skills. They are faster, more efficient, so they earn more. But there is a hidden limitation. They're still selling time. Even if that time is worth more, it is still limited. There are only so many hours in a day. You can increase your rate. You can improve your efficiency, but you cannot multiply yourself. Meanwhile, wealth is built on things that scale. Products, content, systems, digital assets. This can generate value repeatedly without requiring your constant presence. This is the difference between income and assets. Smart people optimize income. Es que haya de market value. You can be highly skilled because a skill alone does not create income. Relevance does. The market does not pay for what you know. It pays for the problems you solve. You might be technically strong, highly knowledgeable, well trained. But if your skill is not connected to demand, it has no economic power. This is why some people with average ability earn more, because they understand what people need, what people value, what people are willing to pay for. The question is not, what am I good at? The real question is, what problem can I solve that matters? Lógico es percepción. How the market really works. Smart people trust logic. It should win. But the market does not operate on logic alone. It operates on perception. People don't always choose the best product. They choose the product that they understand, the product that they trust, the product they see repeatedly. This is why communication is often more valuable than raw skill. You can be more capable, but if someone else can explain their value better, they will earn more, because visibility beats invisibility, and clarity beats complexity. The final shift from being skilled to being valuable. At the highest level, the difference is not about working harder. It is about thinking differently. You move from doing work, creating value, working alone, building systems, short-term effort, long-term leverage, stability, growth. You begin asking different questions. Can this scale? Does this create long-term value? Is this moving me forward? This is not a skill shift. It is an operating system shift. And once your operating system changes, everything else follows. Smart people are not losing. They are playing the wrong game. Smart people are not lacking ability. They are optimizing the wrong variables. They optimize performance, efficiency, stability. But the modern world rewards leverage, distribution value creation. That is why you can be intelligent, hardworking, capable, and still not build wealth. Not because you are not good enough, but because you are not thinking in terms of scale. Are you using your intelligence to perform better within a system, or to build something that works beyond you?